Right, squid time down at little south coast area, hunting out some squid. In fact, you already got a previous video of this little spot. Just check out the link above, you can have a look at that. But by myself today, hopefully find a couple of squid for the barbecue tonight. Swell doesn't look too bad, and the tide's going out anyway. So with any luck, there's no one at this little spot because it's only small. Find out in a minute when we get around the corner. Doesn't appear to be. And if I was a little bit more energetic, I'd go for a longer walk to some spots further south. But this will do for now, so just through here. I've caught squid here before, so with any luck, might be a couple here. So just in this little bay here, tend to get a few squid. There's patches of kelp out and about. Tide's up a little, it is dropping. See how we go. Alrighty. So I'm just going to start off with my old favourite Yamashita Egi Sutte-R in a very natural yellowtail pattern. I'm going to give it a spray with some of the old Glomax stuff. Whether that makes a difference or not, I'm still yet to decide. But and hopefully today we won't lose too many jigs to the kelp that's around here. Watch the swell for a minute or two. It's not dangerous here really. There might be a couple of big sets that come through, so always keep an eye on it, even though you're in a little bay here. I have seen some nasty swell come through here at times. In fact, there's a set that looks like it's coming through now. We might wait for that. Safety first. Hot tip for new players. First cast, let's see. Let it sink a bit as always. Gauge the depth. Give it a bit of a whip. And get wet. Alright, so the swell's pushing the jig in, so you've got a bit of a limited time. That's a good squid, good squid. This is the sort of squid we're after. There he is. Now this is the problem with this spot, is landing them. There we go, that is a big squid. So there we are, look at that. That is quality squid. It's going to be beautiful on the barbecue tonight. Going to do some Korean grilled barbecue, but check that out. That is the sort of squid we're after. Taking on that little Yamashita, working it close to the kill. Get it back out there. Covered in ink now. Oh well. Let it sink down. Let's see if there's another one of that quality there. Should let that sink a bit more. Rain coming in. Let it switch off the camera behind me. See a little bit of rain coming in now, so I might only give it another 15-20 minutes. But if you're wondering what sort of gear I use to chase my squid, it's very simple. I'm just using a really old school Shimano Sepia Egi rod. I've had this for 10 years now, I reckon. It does the trick, it's not expensive. You can get some very expensive squid rods, but I don't think they're necessary. Just a standard 2500 size spinning reel. Down to, I'm running a 12-pound leader today. I tend to use 10 to 12. You will lose a lot of jigs, but I don't like running heavier leaders. And as I mentioned earlier when I got that squid, just a little natural coloured Yamashita Egi Sutte 2.5 size. I don't tend to go higher than 2.5. I stick to 2.5s. Although in deep water, 3s, 3.5s, that sort of thing are probably more suitable. So we might just wait this out for about 10-15. If it doesn't stop, we'll call it quits. If it does stop, I'll see you again in a minute. Oh no. What just happened? Either that was a squid or it was in a snag, but my leader knot just snapped. Alright, so this rain is getting heavier and I just snapped off when I had my leader knot fail, of all things, on a piece of kelp or maybe a squid, who knows. So on that note, I think we'll probably call it quits from here. We'll go back. I'll show you what I do to prep this squid to make some Korean barbecue or Korean grilled squid. So stick around for that. Back in the kitchen now after my little squid session down at Kainini Bay. And as I alluded to, I'm going to do a bit of a cook session for this video. I promised to do some Korean grilled squid, which is what we'll do. So here's the squid, of course, I got. We'll deal with that in a moment. But I'll just quickly run through the ingredients that I'm going to use. Some peanut oil to cook with, some honey, sesame seeds, soy. This is some garlic and ginger I've chopped up out of the garden. Some mustard, interesting ingredient for Korean, but it works. Just some spring onion I've just diced up for garnish. And this is the key ingredient. This is Korean red pepper paste. This is the main ingredient we want. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to quickly prep this squid, show you what I do for it. Right, so now I'm going to prep this squid. What I'm going to do quickly is just move that piece to one side. Here are the tentacles. That's pretty big for one set of tentacles, so I'm just going to cut that in half. Like that, that's perfect. And pop those up there. Now the wings, I love eating the wings. A lot of people use them for bait, but I think it's a waste of good food. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to probably just cut that in half like so. And then I will do the standard cross-hatch pattern on it. And be careful not to cut through the squid. Now you'll have to excuse my cat, it'll no doubt howl as well throughout these videos. Okay. This is a really simple little recipe. Okay, there we are, that's done. Now, for the hood, I'm going to keep that whole, but what I'm going to do is slice through the top part of it. So to make sure I don't slice all the way through, I'm going to pop some skewers down here, and then what I'm going to do is just run my knife through the top part of the hood like so, until I get down and I feel the skewers. Okay, there we go. So what you should end up with is a piece of squid that looks like a concertina. I didn't quite go through that. Okay, so that's what you should end up with. So now we'll quickly mix up the red pepper paste. Just grab a spoon. So first of all, I'm going to go into this bowl with the ginger and garlic. Okay, so then the red pepper paste. Now you can buy this in most supermarkets. You can actually get it in really big pots, that sort of stuff. It's brilliant stuff for all sorts of Korean dishes. I'm going to use all of this paste. It's a big squid. Okay, put that in there. Okay, that'll do. Put that over there. Now what we're going to do is go in with the honey. Now, traditionally you'd use something like rice syrup. This gives it a nice sheen, so when it's cooked out it looks nice and glossy. So essentially what you want to do is match the amount of red pepper paste you've got thereabouts, so I'm going to say about there. Okay. Now what we need to do is add some soy sauce. So now we're going to add some soy sauce. I'm going to add a tablespoon of that. Pop that in there. Okay. And then this mustard, just a teaspoon of this mustard. I've got to say, and it is a weird ingredient for Korean, but trust me, it works. Alright, so there's the sauce. Let's mix this up. Now, of course, you can spice this up as well with more chilli if you like. Alrighty, there we are. That's some good consistency there now. Right, okay. Alrighty, so there's our two main ingredients. As I said, it's a very simple dish. We've got the squid prepared, we've got the sauce prepared. The remaining ingredients here are for garnishing at the end, and over here we've got the peanut oil. Right, okay, so that's starting to heat up now. I'm going to go in with the peanut oil. Not a huge amount, just give it a quick swirl around. Let that heat up. Alrighty, that's hot enough. So we'll go in with the squid. A little bit of spitting there, so. Okay. So, now as you know, squid doesn't take long. Okay. Turn that over. You can see it's already getting a bit of colour there. Alright, now that's turned over that side. I'm going to start brushing it with the red pepper paste. Get as much on there as possible. Okay. Turn that over. And on the other side as well now. Let's get it on there. Really get it on there. Alrighty, that's looking quite good. We'll just let that finish quickly. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. Now how we're going to serve this is I've got a tray here just with some rocket and just some loosely cut cucumber. I would say this is done. Remember, squid doesn't take long at all. So let's lift that up and put that there. switch that off. Okay. Now what you want to do is give this just another quick brush. Just garnish it up. And there we have it, a lovely Korean. And there we go, a lovely Korean grilled squid. It's got some lovely spice, a lovely little bit of sweetness, a little bit of savoury. Very lovely dish. Now this is actually probably more than enough for me and by myself, but believe me, I'm going to devour all of this. Alrighty, let's give this a try. Yeah, that's beautiful. Cooked perfectly. And you can see it's been cooked all the way through there. That's really nice. This is really good. I'm now going to go find myself a beer and I'm going to go enjoy this meal. I really hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you next time.